All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Woo. All right. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I had to grab the extra big cup today. If you guys remember this is from like that Hawaii trip that we all took when we the Kings went and played out there. And we all went to this breakfast spot every single morning because it was just the best acai bowl ever. And Valentina bought me a massive cup, mug, the size of my head. And today it's getting its use because I need it. Woo! So good morning to you all. Where are we coming in from? We got 11 viewers, 1 thumbs up. I like that. I think I'm a minute late. I deserve 1 thumbs down if we're being honest here. But it's been an interesting week. It has been a very interesting week. It's been a fun time. A lot of stuff has happened, but I'll let people slowly pour in here. We've got 12 now. I mean, a lot of you are obviously retroactively watching this, but wow, coming in from Oregon at 11 degrees. Lars is saying he's coming in from Norway, having some dinner. Hope you enjoy it. I don't know what you guys eat in Norway. Most people assume like reindeer or something weird, but I'm pretty sure you're just going to have like pasta or some sort of steak like the rest of us. But man, it has been interesting. 8 degrees in Pittsburgh, that's nuts. Yeah, I woke up this morning and it's like really rainy and really cold in Florida. Actually eating pasta. See, everyone thinks reindeer or you guys eat weird stuff. Or like frozen alphabet soup. I mean, like the theme of the movie Frozen, which I believe is supposed to take place somewhere up there in Norway. I don't know, that's what Epcot tells me, and Disney doesn't lie. Quebec, Canada, negative 12 degrees Celsius. What is that in stubborn American? I know that's cold as F. That's going to be like negative 50, man, negative 48. I don't know. Somebody do the math for me, but that's crazy. Missouri, the real feel is 0 degrees. What's going on? I thought like we were done. I'm not going to lie. Valentina and I, we went to a water park yesterday. It was amazing. Spent all day. Like I had to wear sunscreen, and it was annoying to like keep a shirt on because it was that hot. It was really bonkers. All right. I'm going to switch to super chats here as everyone slowly piles in. Yeah, it's been a week, but like I said yesterday, Valentina and I had a really, really nice time. We did some stuff with Carter in the morning, hung out, dropped him off at daycare so we could run some errands. And then at the end of that, we're like, okay, so we can go pick up Carter, right? Where he is doing just fine at daycare. They like send photos throughout the day, and he's like laughing, painting, doing all this stuff, learning. And we're deciding if we should go pick him up since we're done with our errands, or should we maybe take 2 hours and go have like a good time at the water park and like do all the big slides together and stuff that we couldn't do if we had Carter. She loved that idea. We get it free with our annual passes. We just never use it. Like with our passes, I get like golf and water parks, and I think ESPN Wide World of Sports. It's like the spring training for the Braves, which I will be going to. But anyway, we never used the water park part, and so we decided like why not? Today it's hot enough. Like it was like 91 degrees around 1 o'clock. And so we just decided to do it. And we ended up having a really, really good time. It was really nice. Blizzard Beach, which is like my favorite water park, mostly for nostalgia purposes. I think it's a bit dated nowadays, but man, I love that. The concept of Blizzard Beach is like it's it's a ski resort, and the whole thing is themed like skis. Like you have a ski lift to get up to the big like slides. But since it's in Florida, everything is melted. So where there were ski slopes are now like water slides. It's a genius concept. I love it. But yeah, we went to Blizzard Beach yesterday, had an absolute blast, a great time, until some bad luck got in the way, and I'll get into that. Valentina has been having just one of the weirdest weeks. Like, bad luck comes in threes, and yeah, I mean, the concept is not strange to her. If you guys remember, the same thing happened to me where my car got broken into, and I lost, like, it was like the one, couple days, I had a bag of electronics in my car because, it was complicated, but I just had my stuff in my car, and like the couple days I had it in there, it got broken into. That stuff was stolen. Awesome. Then I got a flat tire in the middle of the road. Awesome. That happened. And then something else happened. It was just like bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. and it was pretty brutal to get through. But got through it. There was a rainbow at the end of the rain, or whatever you want to use there. And Valentina is currently going through that. And what happened to her yesterday is, as we were leaving, she sets her phone on top of the car. I didn't see her do it. I didn't notice she did it. But as we're driving out of the parking lot of Blizzard Beach, she's looking for her phone. She's like, I can't find my phone. Like, I swear it was just here. And I was like, no, I sent you photos while we were walking out, so you've got it. She uses this feature on her watch, which is one of the best features, if not the best feature of the watch, where you can just ping your phone. Like, I can't find it here. Press this button, and it goes like, bing, bing, bing. And you can see if your phone's like under the couch or whatever and all that stuff. Valentina used that, and we heard it. So I was like, look, it's in the car. So, I mean, you can keep looking for it, or just, it's in the car. We'll get it. We'll get to it. She's like, yeah, okay. We start driving, and she notices that there's an icon on the watch that shows when your phone is too far away. Like, AKA, it can't do, like, the features for your phone. Like, it can't ping your phone. It can't use your phone's cellular service and whatnot. So she's like, okay, now it's not in here. And I was like, that's weird. Was it on top of the car? And her face just drops. I swear I heard that, like, Christopher Nolan, Michael Bay, like, bass drop as I saw her face drop. And I was like, oh, crap. So I immediately pulled a U-turn, and we started heading back towards the entrance of Blizzard Beach, where we made a big turn to get out of there. That's where I assumed it would have frisbeed off the top. Anyway, so we pull around, and there we see just kind of faintly, she has a white case, but it had like tire marks on the top of it. And we're like, oh my God, there it is. So I stopped the car, almost pretty close to the median, run out like in front of buses that were coming, but a car had already like almost passed me at that point, switched lanes, and ran over her phone at the last minute. Like, I was almost to it, and this car switched lanes probably not to purposely run it over, but I mean, it's hard to tell the difference at that point. So her phone got run over, and if you saw the picture I posted to my Instagram, the thing completely shattered. I mean, it is just this. It looks like a spider web. Luckily, it still turns on. The parts where it's not like completely shattered, she can move it, so it might just be the display. And there's something weird with the new iPhones where if the front cracks, it's only like $30 to replace it, but if the back cracks, it's like a couple $100. I don't understand the logic behind that, but that's what's going on. So we're gonna go to the Apple Store today and fix that. But that's not even the worst of what she's dealing with this week. She's actually going through something pretty strange. Sorry, I got to hit a super chat here. Caroline Rose says, good morning from Seattle. Hope you have a great day. Caroline, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. I'm looking out the window here in Florida. It's rainy and it's cold. So I can't imagine what you guys are going through in Seattle. That's bonkers. Hope you guys are, staying warm, and hopefully you find something to do. I assume you're used to it at this point. But good morning. I hope you have an awesome day. Regardless. Anyway, so Valentina is something else happened. There's something crazy going on with Valentina medically. I'm not going to get into it because she went to the doctor's office. They explained it to her, and she's going to make a whole video about it. But I will say this: Valentina lost the feeling in the half of her face. Like, I think it's her left side, the complete left side of her face. She just lost all feeling in it. It is the strangest thing. There's no like blunt force trauma that caused this. There's no nothing that would have set this off in like a definitive moment. It just started happening one day. It just got like a little worse each day until it was like pretty much full on, like half of her face she just couldn't move, and she was obviously very upset about that. Like, it's your face. If something happens to your face, it sort of like knocks you off your keel a little bit. So I won't get into it too much, but we haven't really vlogged. We haven't really gotten into the whole explaining why, because she's sort of going to the doctor to figure it out, and they're making sure the medication works so that they can officially diagnose this. But she is going to make a video about it. But just know that all of a sudden, half of her face just stopped working. Like, she would blink like this. She would smile like this. She would laugh like, I can't do it without looking like I'm making fun of her. But legitimately, she couldn't laugh because she knew what she looked like when she laughed, so she would cover her face and like it would take away the laughter. It was kind of scary actually because it started with a little bit and I was like, whatever, you probably slept weird. Just saying any BS thing that I could to make her feel better, even though I had no idea what was going on. But yeah, she just woke up one day and it was kind of like her eye. She couldn't like blink right. And like 2 nights ago, swear to God, we had to tape her eye shut because the doctor said that like it's your eyelids serve a purpose. You're covering up your eye so that dust doesn't get in there and like it doesn't get infected and all that stuff. So we covered up her eye with tape. We literally just taped it shut with health tape, and it got that severe. But I will say it's getting better, and she's gonna make a whole video about it, explaining what she heard at the doctor's office and all that stuff, so you guys can hear it from her. But and then I think 2 days before that started happening, she went in to go get her hair done, which she was really excited about. I think we were watching the soccer game at the pub, and I noticed an announcer had like blonde hair, and I was like, oh my God, that's like. She was, she had Valentina's complexion, dark skin, dark eyes, dark hair, but she had like this really cool like blonde look to it. And I was like, would you ever think about doing something like that? Just very matter of factly, like just talking, whatever. Like, would you ever do that? I've only known you with black hair. Is that something you would do? And she just like, she started thinking about it, I guess more than she had before. And then she wanted to go get it done. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, I'm all for it. Like, don't do it for me. Do it if you want to do it. She's like, no, I really want to do it. And she came back, and I think this was like last Tuesday or something like that, and she hated it. Like, I guess the lady who did it, she didn't even like confidently lie about like the job that had been done. They took all the tinfoil off, blow dried it or whatever they do, and she just looks at it and she goes, I'll tell you what, you can come back, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, so why don't you come back, it'll be free of charge, and I'll fix this. And Valentina's just looking in the mirror like, wait, what? What's going on? So, you don't have to be a female to understand that, if your hair does not go the way that you want it to, especially when you spend like 2.5 hours in a chair and everything like that, it's a pretty bummer day. So that happened. Then she lost half of her face, the sensation in half of her face, and then her phone got crushed all within a matter of like a week. So if you're into sending positive vibes, I would suggest and request that you send a bunch of them Valentina's way because she's having a week. So that's been happening, but I think we had a really, really fun time yesterday. It was nice. Sometimes you got to get a little adult time, a little fun time. And Carter was just fine. He's doing tons of stuff, and it's crazy. I tell you that like we love the fact that he's at that daycare, and it's really cool to see like how he's changed socially in like the best way. Like even little things like interactions with like Kaya and Kinsley, like going over, and I'm not trying to pick out Kaya and Kinsley, but just that's the most recent time that I noticed this. Like children are very obviously, sort of possessive over their toys. It's a very common thing for kids to do. And Carter had that, but now since he's been doing like a lot of stuff at daycare, he is okay with the idea of a kid just taking a toy out of his hand. He's like, whatever, we're all sharing these toys, and he just goes and gets another one. Whereas before, imagine going up and taking a toy out of a kid's hand. Like he freaks out. He goes and he pushes the other kid, or there's like a biting incident or something like that. But he's really, really, really adjusted to playing with other kids. Like he had one of Kaya's toys, and she went, as toddlers do, and ripped it out of his hands. Like while looking at him, like, that's mine. And he was just like, okay, whatever. It's like that Pete Davidson's kid on SNL. I was like, okay. And it's a really cool change to see how he can just play socially and just be okay with, interacting with other kids. And that's a very, very, very important thing for kids to learn within the first 3 years. I mean, there's tons of studies. I've gone down like a rabbit hole, like listening to doctors talk about like within the first 3 years, there's a very important social aspect that you have to sort of get right with kids. And it makes like their lives and your job essentially easier from then on out. So I'm really stoked about what's going on with daycare, even though I feel guilty if I'm not doing something. You know what I mean? Like if he goes to daycare and then I end up finishing my errands and I'm just kind of like sitting there like, scrolling through my phone, I'll be like, all right, let's go get Carter. But I do like what he's learned so far. Anyway, so it's been nice. It's been an interesting week. It's been a good week. It's been a great week. Now, those of you who have ordered posters, That first batch was sent out. Actually, today I'm sending out batch number 2. They're all signed. We got them in the tubes. I just got to go print out the labels, put the labels on the tubes, and ship them out. So I guess little cheat code: if you wanted to have your poster sent out today, today would be the day to order it, because it would essentially, the order would come. I'd grab the tube, print out your address, slap it on the sticker, and it would go to the post office today. If you ordered a poster today, it'd be pretty much the closest that I could get to Amazon Prime, because we're doing this ourselves, and I hate doing merch ourselves. That's just the honest truth. Not that I hate that you guys order merch. Obviously, that's the goal, but it's tough sometimes. Anyway, all right, so that's going right along. I saw you guys got your posters. I hope you liked them. I saw that you guys liked them. We're really happy with the way these turned out, and I hope more of you guys get them as we're shipping them out today. So that'll be fun. But what's going on with your guys' week? How are we doing? How are we doing out there in the world besides being cold and rainy? I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Things are gonna get fun here pretty soon, because Mark is coming on the 28th, the 28th of March. So that's going to be real soon. I'm looking forward to hanging out with him. It's crazy to think about the difference between like the last time he's seen Carter and like him seeing Carter now, because he's got that crazy job where he's over in Iraq and he only gets to spend like 30-something days in the United States, just like the way the job is. And he sees significant changes in Carter in person, because if you go back and you look at the last time he was home, it was in September. Carter looks completely different now. I mean, he's sort of switched into this like, okay, that's a kid phase. You know what I mean? He's still a young kid. Like, people are very cautious around him, like don't want him to trip and fall. But like, is a kid. He feeds us and stuff like that. He wasn't doing stuff like that when Mark was home last. So it's very interesting to see like the sort of like toddler to kid switch that's going on. Like, okay, here's a big deal. Like I always tell you guys that there's little milestones where you kind of sit back and you're like, okay, wow. Instead, if you don't see the contrast of like, here's a photo of him a year ago, here's a photo of him now, the days will just kind of go into each other and it's all good and fun. But then like sometimes you'll see something and you'll be like, you have to step back and be like, oh my gosh. So the entire time that like I've been a dad, I've bought clothes in like months. Okay, so Carter is, hey, we want to buy something for Carter. What size is he? And I'm like, oh, he's 12 months. You can get 12 to 18 months, or he's like 6 to 9 months. You can get that size range to fit him. Carter's a big boy. He's 18 months, but, that size is just sort of like a relative generality. Like around 18 months, he'll have this size. As we know, Carter's a bigger boy. So he wears 24 months. But like a lot of places don't say 24 months. That's 2 years old. So 2T is a size. It's like a 2-year-old toddler would wear this size. So now it's like there's 2T, there's like 3T, and now he's in those sizes, and it's not months. And you sort of step back and you're like, okay, like it's not like a baby anymore. And then you start looking back at like photos of him as a baby, and you get a little sentimental. You sort of see the progress in those weird moments like that. So Carter is like out of the months phase, or he's coming out of it. If you were to get him clothes, it wouldn't be like 18 months. It would be like 2T, which is just crazy to think about. Like he's growing up. I start thinking about weird stuff like his first day of school, and I think I'm gonna weep. Like I want to say I'm not. I didn't think I was gonna cry when he was born, but if you go watch that video, I'm just completely shocked and crying right as he's born. You don't think you're gonna do these things, but knowing that I did that, his first day of school is probably gonna hit me pretty hard. I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. So anyway, Carter's good. Everyone's doing fine besides Valentina, who is getting better with her condition. She's fine in general, but I can't really say that. Walk it off. I asked her if she wanted to join. She's like, I can join, da-da-da. And I told her that, she should just sort of explain it. Because you would see it right off the bat. You would see that, she would laugh like this or like close her eyes like that a lot. And I think you guys would be like, wait, can we get more of an explanation? So she's just going to deliver the vlog like that, and you guys can get a better look at what's going on there. So did I miss super chats here? Kristen631. I assume you wanted to say hi. So hi, Kristen. How are you doing? Yeah, it should be a fun week. I realized that I've sort of dropped the ball a little bit here on vlogging. That's my bad. I want to get into it. I actually had one of those things where as I was falling asleep last night, I sort of like, where you just start to think like, I need to do better at this. I need to do better at this. Like right as you're about to fall asleep, vlogging hit me right there. So I think I'm going to step it up pretty big this week on that front. Even though today is a pretty crappy day and it doesn't seem like there'd be much to do, I still want to bust it out and have fun. What do you guys think, by the way? The GoPro. When I use the GoPro, it's pretty convenient for me. I like the convenience of it, but is it like annoying? Does it sort of take you out of it? Do you prefer the G7X? Have I gotten comfortable? I'll explain why I use it. A, it's just tinier, which is always great. I don't wear the baggiest of jeans, and just throwing a GoPro in my pocket as opposed to a G7X is easier. A. B, there's more creative ways to put it. Like I can throw it on my hat. I've got the clamp that can go up somewhere. There's versatility there. And C, it has slow-mo built in to it, which is something that I've always had to have. Like I'd have the G7X for vlogging, and then you guys see me in a bunch of clips. I always have that big camera, and Valentina will be like, "Oh, Danny's doing slow-mo right now, so I'll talk to you." What she means is like I've got the big camera doing the slow-mo shots of like the animals or the parade or this and that, whatever's worth doing slow-mo, and it's fun. It's cool. The shots are beautiful, but the GoPro also has slow-mo that's like very like impressive for what you expect. It's not as good, obviously, but like the fact that I just have it in my pocket already. If you watched the last vlog that I did where I went and met up with my mom and Alan at Hollywood Studios, he's at the park in the morning, and there's a little slow-mo montage where he's like running through the mulch, he's on the swing, he's running down the little wooden bridge. That slow-mo was on the GoPro, and I bet a lot of you guys didn't even notice that. It's the same montage, it's the same feel, but it's just in like a tiny package this big. So I like it. If it's annoying and it feels like I've gotten comfortable with it, please tell me, because obviously it's not about me, it's about the consumer. It's a Joe Dirt quote. If you haven't seen it, sorry, you should. But yeah, let me know. I like it a lot. So just know that when you see the GoPro, I'm happy doing it, and not because it's it's lazier, but because it's truly convenient, and you got to be comfortable with the run and gun. But all the same, regardless of what I choose to do. Oh, Retro D, how's Buddy? Buddy is awesome. Every time I go down to Bradenton, I see him, and I pretty much just hang out with him all day. I miss him a lot. He's awesome, though. He is way better there than he would be here. To re-explain him, because I feel like I explain it, but people still ask about Buddy, my dog. And he's good. He's with my mom. Where with Valentina and I's living situation, she works from home. So she has to have quiet, right? That was the whole kind of premise of taking Carter to daycare in the first place. It's like, well, I can take him all day out of the apartment, but there's only so many places we can go, only so many Chick-fil-A slides we can go down before maybe it's normal for him to be around all his clothes and his books and stuff like that. So that was a point of daycare, and then that same thing sort of applies to Buddy. Dogs are dogs. If he hears a knock, if I drop something, whatever, he's gonna bark. And Valentina works from home, needs quiet, deals with phones a lot. It just doesn't work. Plus, there's no yard here. It's a super, super nice apartment, but it's a lot of concrete, unfortunately. So he's got it to where 5 times a day, he just gets let loose in my parents' big backyard and just run. He just sprints everywhere, and you don't get that a lot when you live in the apartment. You obviously walk him every single day. I took care of Buddy, but I would try to take him to the park once or twice a week where he could do that. But he's doing that 5 times a day with my mom. And of course, when they get home from work, they like to relax. So they're always hanging out with Buddy in bed and stuff like that. And he's got his routine. My mom loves him to pieces. So it's really cool how he's doing. The worst part about the whole situation is that I just miss him to pieces. I miss Buddy so much. And Carter loves Buddy. He went through a phase where he was a little kind of hesitant. Buddy gets really excited when you walk in, as dogs do, and he was a little hesitant when he saw Buddy. But now, he gets sad when Buddy runs away because he wants to keep petting him. He loves petting Buddy, so when Buddy runs away, he doesn't understand that dogs are just like, what? Oh, what's this? What's this? And he thinks that he doesn't like him. I don't know. It's adorable and in its own right. So it's I can't wait to have him back, and that's going to happen as soon as possible. And I'm just going to say once we get out of here, which is early to midsummer, we'll be getting out of here and finding a home, something that just is more appropriate for what we have. And I cannot wait. I'm very excited about that process. And it's we'll see. As I mentioned before, I'm not sure if we're going to end up here in Orlando, which we love the city, but we'd like to be closer to my mom. Ooh, excuse me, to my mom and all that. So we'll see how that goes. And he's doing well. Buddy's doing awesome. I miss him to pieces. I know you guys miss him to pieces. Maybe I can have something where my mom sends like an update clip of Buddy, whether it's him just running around in the backyard or just sitting on the windowsill barking at everybody that walks by. Something. She can send a little iPhone video. Actually, that's Mom, if you're watching this, I don't think I can take back what I just said. It's one of those things where now that it's out, I can't be like, hold on. The idea's in their heads. I think we might need a weekly update of Buddy. If you can just send like a weekly little clip. And we'd love to see you as well. So we'll work that in. Thank you. Appreciate that suggestion. All right, guys. I'm going to have to keep this one short. It is Valentina's Day off, and we like to sort of take advantage and go do some stuff, do some things. But I just wanted to pop in and say hi to you guys because it has been it's been a minute, and I realize that. But yeah. Oh, I'll give you a couple more minutes. The new songs for We the Kings are so sick that I don't think I've ever listened to demos this much in a long time. Not that the other albums weren't good. 6 is one of my favorite We the Kings albums. I'm going to say top 3. Out of 6, top 50%. I love that one. But this song that Travis and I worked on one, and it is just, it's just so much guitar. It's fast. It's drums. It's catchy. I had my hand in like 90% of the lyrics, and I like the sort of story I put together in it. I think you guys are going to love it. It's really, really cool, and it's really, really fun. And I don't know how we're going to release it. I think we like the idea of releasing singles now. I don't know if the album's dead. The idea of the album is dead, but I think we just want to give you music faster. Like, write a good song, work on it, give it to you. Cool. You like that? Okay, here's another one. Write a good song, work on it, give it to you. And that's I think that's the style that we're going to go. Okay. Laura Vianney Sturgill, please tell Val we wish her a speedy recovery. I will, of course. And I guess I need to reiterate the fact that she's getting better. Today is better than yesterday. And I don't want to say a bunch of scary stuff about the condition and what she heard from the doctor, but just know that that is an amazing sign that she's getting better. So I will send that along, and thank you so much for your concern. That is so sweet of you. Calypso, what up, girl? Got my back. Will the songs be ready for Warped? That's a stretch to guess, but based on the time and the song, the song's pretty much 90% done. It's like in the phase where you just have to mix it and master it. I gotta say yes. It will be. It just depends on if the rest of the band learns it, which they're excited about it. Usually when we send a song along, everybody has like a comment, like, oh, maybe we could do this, or da-da-da-da. This is like one of the first songs in a long time where it just, what's the Obama meme where he's got a beer and he's just like, we pretty much got that back from everybody. Look at the size of this mug. So I have to assume that the song is going to be ready by Warped Tour, which we're playing 2 of the main dates, and then one of the dates at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think I'm allowed to announce that. I always get in trouble with this. I need to read my emails. Anyway, we're doing Warped Tour shows in the summer. It's going to be a blast. And then I think was there one more in there? Okay, no. But yeah, new songs are coming along really nicely. That's pretty much what I've been doing besides vlogging, is just figuring out what's going on with that. Trav's a machine. He's just cranking out ideas left and right. and we're really excited about a lot of these. So you guys will be getting new We the Kings music. I feel like I say I'm excited about it every time, but know that I'm more excited in the fact that like I personally have a bigger hand in a lot of the songs. Actually, if you look at 6, that was one of the first times that I was like involved in more than sort of the drumming and the idea of rhythms. Like I really got my hands in on switching song ideas around and like making things fit on like a total level. And it was fun. It was really, really fun. And a lot of the songs turned out great. And we've continued that process on to now. So look forward to that. And it should be a really good time. So I think 30 minutes right here, that's a good time to cut it off. Just want to say hi to you guys, check in. Obviously, if you want to get the posters, I think I got the link right this time. Last time I didn't. Sorry about that. What else? Tattoo is healing really nicely. I love it. I absolutely love the way it turned out, even though Liverpool is giving away first place in the league, which is a whole other thing. I won't get into sports right now. But anyway, just want to say hi to you guys. Love you. We got vlogs coming. I'm going to say at least 2 or 3 a week, which is more than what's been happening lately. So we will see you guys very soon. I'd like to do more of these because they're my favorite. I can sort of blabber my mouth off really well. Anyway, I'll leave this up for a couple hours so you guys can see.